seriously ignore me, like it doesn't.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today, let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to be doing a long-awaited car tour. I'd say about 3 weeks ago, I mentioned in one of my more recent videos that I have purchased a new car, and I've yet to really talk about it. You know, we've driven in it together, but I haven't really gone into any detail. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you guys the inside and the outside of the car. I'm gonna go over, you know, some of the details that drew me to this car and things that I like. I appreciate a nice car, but I am not a car enthusiast, so I'm not you know, gonna know every technical detail word for word or anything. But what I do have is basically the receipt for my car that has every feature that the car came with, and you know, like what packages were added and things like that. So if I don't know what something's called, or I'm, you know, gonna want to go into more detail, we have the sheets, everything's laid out. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and step out of the car and finally show you guys the new car. Good? Great. Yeah, you're good.
Is there an angle that you prefer?
Not really.
Okay, come look at this.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it has been forever since I've done one of these videos, so if I seem a little bit uncomfortable or anxious, it's because I am. But this is the car. Huh? Okay, so for anybody who assumes that my car was the 2022 Mercedes-Benz C300, you were correct. This is what my car looks like. Sorry, I'm a little rusty, but okay, so whenever you look at the front of the car, there's gonna be a couple of things that are a little different than the base model, I guess you could say. So this car specifically came with the sports package. What's really gonna be different with the sports package of this car, you are gonna get the diamond grille. You come in a little closer to get a closer look. So this car specifically is going to have the diamond grille. As you guys can see, instead of like the little dots, they have little Mercedes-Benz logos throughout the whole grille, which I just think is so cool, and I definitely love the way that this grille looks. I feel like it gives it a sporty look. So with the sports package, I don't even know exactly the differences. Like if you were to put two and two together, you'd be able to tell, but they definitely gave it a beefier and wider look. Like for example, this like little lip piece that you see here, and then also the front.
Okay.
Okay, so I think whenever I say sports package, I think that's considered the AMG line package. So that's basically going to give you sports suspension, the diamond grille, which I was mentioning, and just ew, like a school project. Yeah, it's just gonna give the car a sportier look, basically. Another thing that comes with this package is that the car is gonna have overall black trim opposed to silver trim. Just different details on the front of the car are gonna be blacked out opposed to the silver. And then along with the side view mirrors, they're going to be black along with the trim around the windows, which I just feel like it gives it a cleaner and more sleek look. That was definitely something that I wanted with this car, and if it didn't come with it, I was definitely going to get that done. So I'm very happy that this car, you know, comes with that. So now since we're already here, we can go ahead and talk about the side of the car a little bit. So this car specifically, I think these are 19-inch wheels. But yeah, the rims are blacked out for the most part opposed to these silver accents here. I actually really like these rims as is. They have the Mercedes logo in the middle, and then they say AMG right here, which is very nice. So, bro.
You're overthinking it. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. As you guys can see, or if you guys watched one of my more recent videos, you would have seen I went straight to get the windows tinted, and I feel like overall the tint with the black trim looks really nice. So one thing I did like about getting just a regular sedan is that I actually have 4 doors. So I feel like it's a more, I don't want to say family friendly car, because I don't like, I mean, yeah, it's just a lot easier if you have other people that are going to be riding in your car, and it's just a more comfortable ride in general for it to not be a coupe. You know, if people want to sit in the back, I don't have to open the door, or I don't have to, like, you know, put the seat all the way down and have people crawl in there. This is a very spacious vehicle. Whenever you look at the side of the car, the one thing that they did with this new body style of the C300 because what I've learned is that for most car companies, they completely change the body style of the vehicle every 7 years. So this is the year that they're doing that with this car. So the front is going to look a lot different, the back of the car, you know, the tail lights, and just the body of the car, the body of the style of the car alone is going to look different. So one thing I've learned about this car, the vehicle itself is 2 inches longer than what it was before because I guess people were complaining about there not being enough space in the back or something like that. So they made it longer. It definitely looks pretty long. It's definitely a longer vehicle, I would say. I feel like this body style definitely resembles the S-Class more than it does the previous C300. So then moving around closer to the back, I don't want to show my license plate, but moving towards the back of the car without, you know, panning out too much. These are what the tail lights look like. I've never had a Mercedes before. I just know they've changed the taillight style. I feel like it's more narrow and it's longer. The blinking light for the turn signal is also going to be more of an amber color. Like I actually have never seen it before. But whenever you turn on the car, oh yeah, that's what the turn signal looks like. And then, but yeah, this is what the back of the car looks like overall. So you have the taillights, you have the little baby spoiler here, which definitely gives it more of a sporty look. These exhaust tips under here are fake. They're just for looks. They do give it a sportier look, but they don't actually do anything. But those are nice. And then you have the little baby diffuser down here, which also adds to the sporty look. I honestly don't know what these little things are here. I'm pretty sure there's sensors for the car. This car does have really good safety features and is very good on letting you know if you're about to hit anything. That's pretty much the back of the car. This is what the trunk looks like. The trunk has, it has a button up top of the license plate, so you're able to open it automatically, and then it has this button here for you to close it again. And then this is a button so you can lock your trunk. So for example, if you know someone else was going to be driving your car or you were going to do valet or something like that, you can lock it so they can't access your trunk. But yeah, the trunk is super spacious. I don't have a whole lot back here right now, and I plan to not keep a lot back here. I've been doing a good job of keeping this car clean. This box is actually like, it's like a gift they gave me, and I haven't opened it yet.
You haven't opened it?
No. Well, I'm kind of like,
that's nice.
But yeah, I think they gave me, I think it's a water bottle, like 2 water bottles and a little blanket or something.
Okay, Mercedes.
I know, I need to bring that inside. It does not come with a spare. The other side of the car, this is what the gas anyways, I don't think you guys care that much to see what the gas tank looks like, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the outside of the car. The top of the car is also, you have a panoramic roof, so the top is glass, which is really nice. So you're gonna have a very big sunroof from the inside that opens up and looks really nice, so that's really cool. We're gonna go ahead and come inside. So whenever it's time to get in the car, so first of all, whenever it locks, you can choose to have the windows fold in, which is nice. So if you're parked in a tight spot, you know, it's less likely for someone to bump into your car. And then also, if you didn't know if you locked the car or not, and you look from a distance, if you see that the windows aren't in, you'll know that it's locked. And then to open it, you it's not working. You place your hand inside. Basically, yeah, I normally open the door like that. The doors are also very heavy. The car definitely feels sturdy, which is, I mean, expected, but it feels, you know, nice whenever you open the door. But as far as the inside, come on
morning.
Okay, so as far as all the buttons in this car, I honestly don't know entirely what everything does yet. I've had this car for about a month, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But you know, you have the unlock and the lock door handle, and then this right here is basically the control for the chair. So, you know, if you wanted to lift the chair up, you're gonna press this button up here. And it's not actually really a button, you just kind of put pressure on it. And as you can see, as I'm holding it up, it's going to move the chair. This is going to move it closer to the steering wheel. But yeah, this is the control for the seat. This is to cool your seats, and this is to heat them. I've actually yet to use either. That is great. And then you just have all of the controls for the window. This is to adjust your side view mirrors. This is also to just like actually move them. This is a speaker, and then this is, oh, that's for the trunk, to open the trunk.
If you want to get in, I can sit the passenger side.
Okay. Yeah, we can. Is it recording? Because I turned it off. Okay. So
that's what I had to check, because I was like, fuck.
So it's hard to sell in here, so I'm gonna turn on the car. But I mean, the outside of the car definitely sold me whenever I initially saw this car, but the inside in itself is also an experience on its own. I did not realize that it was so long. So as you guys can see with the dash, basically everything is done through this screen right here. So they've definitely simplified this a lot. I mean, it's a really nice setup, but I guess you could say it's simplified in a way, because everything's really done through this, what looks like an iPad in the middle of the car, opposed to buttons. Yeah, but before I get into that, we're gonna go over the steering wheel. As far as the steering wheel, this is what it looks like. I feel like this steering wheel, it's smaller, but it's thick. It's a comfortable drive basically. So here we just have, you know, your windshield wipers, your brights, and then here, this was something different. It took me some adjusting to get used to this. So instead of having the gear shift, which I would normally have here, everything is done right through this little shifter here. So that took me a little bit to get used to, but it does have the arrows for, you know, how you reverse, how you drive, and then the park is this button right here. And then as you can see on the steering wheel, anything that looks like a button isn't really a button. It's kind of just words on the steering wheel. So for example, let's see, it took me a while to figure out how to use this. Like, you can press on this, but it doesn't actually really, you can press it, but it doesn't really, like for example, if I wanted to turn up the volume, instead of pressing this, I would slide up. So it's kind of motion sensor in a way, I guess you could call it. Yeah, a lot of these buttons I have not used yet, but yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the steering wheel. And then as you guys can see here, the dash is also digital, and I have it on, I think this is like the sport setting as far as what the gauge looks like. But if I wanted to, oh never mind, this is not a sport mode. This one's called understated, I guess. But you can also switch it to sport or classic to see your navigation and things like that. So I've kept it on this one. And then with this gauge setting here, you can also switch the color. And then whenever you switch the color, it's basically going to change the lights throughout the entirety of the car, which you're not really going to see because the sun is still out. But you can still, you know, you can see traces of it a little bit when it's not super dark outside. Okay, so then moving to the middle console, this is, like I said, this is pretty much where you are going to access everything. The only buttons are really these buttons down here. I haven't really used many of these other than
Hazard.
Yeah, the hazard lights. Yeah, girl, I don't really even know what all of this is. If I'm gonna keep it real with you, I'm still learning how to use this car. But for example, the AC is right here. This is so weird. Like, it's cool, but it's just so crazy how you control it through this screen. So these are your adjustments here. You can change the temperature and all of that. For example, if I wanted to connect my phone, I would do it here. Kindle Fire. This car does have I'm showing you my exact address. Okay, something really cool about this car is that it has wireless Apple CarPlay. So this is Apple CarPlay that you're seeing here on the screen, but my phone is not plugged in. So that's something that I don't even understand how that works, but that is amazing. So yeah, really everything's done through here. Another cool feature that you can do through here that I use quite often is if you go to comfort here, I guess you can position the seats this way. I don't really know how this works. If you guys know more about this car and there's something I don't know how to use, feel free to let me know because I'm still learning to this day. But if you go here to ambient lighting, you're basically able to, this is how you can change the color of the car. So, you know, if you want to change it to red, you could do, that's not red, but yeah, that's adjustable through here, which I think is insane. And then If you want to go to multicolor, it'll have, you know, you can choose more than one color at once. So it has different presets for that as well, which is really cool. And once again, these just make driving at night an amazing experience. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the middle console. Everything's kind of done through this screen here. We have the air vents. I think with most Mercedes air vents, everything's kind of adjustable through the vent itself. So if you want to turn it off, you can just click it and there's no longer air coming out of the vent. And then they just, you know, move around like this, so you can direct it where you please. So then with the middle console area here, you can just open this up, and all of these, like the design I have here and the design I have here, this is all customizable. Like you can choose, you know, what you want for these different things. But you open it up and this is where we have the cup holders. I have some lashes, some individuals in there. Yeah, this is cool because you can kind of click these if you want to have more support for your drink. Definitely comes in handy. And then this car, the charging outlet is a USB-C, which I do not have. So with that being said, at the dealership they gave me this little adapter, so I'm actually able to charge my phone, because yeah, your girl's not using a lightning cable, so I'm gonna need the attachment. So that was very nice of them. And then as far as this area here, you can just kind of click this button and it's gonna open up the inside. All we have is our parking tickets for our current visit. But yeah, this is really nice, super spacious to store things in there. And then this, to close this, you just press it and it closes like so. Glove compartment here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the front of the car. Whenever you look at the top of the car, we have this right here, and this is basically how you can control the sunroof. These lights here, if you want to turn them on, you just tap them, which is so cool. These lights are very tiny, but they're very mighty. Whenever it's dark out, these are definitely gonna light up the car. And then there's also an option for lights in the back, so you just that doesn't do shit. I figured out how to do it yesterday and I don't remember, if I'm being completely honest.
Wait, where are the lights?
They're like little tiny lights. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's a button.
You can't see that.
Yeah, you cannot see anything. They do have lights for the back as well. And then as you guys can see, they also have the light hue around this control center here. I don't really know what this would be called. So basically, to open the sunroof, these are not buttons. Once again, these are going to be more of a motion sensor feel. So you basically just swipe on the sunroof and it's going to open. And it's going to open from both sides, so you have, you know, that sky view from the back, but then also you can see it from the ceiling. Insane. So you can do that, first of all. And then the next thing, for example, if you just want to crack the window but you don't want to completely open your sunroof, that's the one thing where you're actually going to press down in the middle. So you're going to press that, and that did not do anything, and that's when the sunroof is just going to crack if you just want to let a little bit of air in. But if you do want to open it all the way, you're going to swipe once again and it's going to open the sunroof. So it doesn't open all the way, but enough. So yeah, I mean, this sunroof is insane. It takes up a majority of the roof of the car. So yeah, that's really nice. And then to close it, you just swipe it. Once again, I did not finish it. You're just gonna swipe it. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave that open for now.
You're doing great.
Thank you. All right, so now let's, you know, just act as if you guys were in the back of the car. I've actually never sat back here, but now that I'm back here, first of all, I feel like I'm in an Uber, but it is very spacious back here. I mean, I'm not very tall myself, I'm 5'4", but I mean, it is very spacious back here, especially compared to my Mustang, which I had before, where you would basically have to sit like this, even if you were, you know, shorter. So this is a nice difference. Back here, the controls are nowhere near as, there's not really, they're very simple. You just have the lock and unlock. You have your window. Whenever you do press, like whenever you roll down the windows and roll them up, the button just feels nice. They're not even going down, so this, yeah. So you have your little air vents here, and then in the middle here, I honestly, does this, okay, so this comes down. What is, yeah, there has to be more to that.
Yeah.
What is this?
Nothing?
Like, it has to be cup holders, right? But I don't,
Or is that like a phone stand?
I don't know.
A magazine.
That is, okay.
Let's get the manual.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is, to be honest, but very spacious back here. It's very comfortable to sit in. You have lots of leg room. Yeah, now I kind of want to be able to sit in the back seat of the car, and then you still have the sky view here. So, is that like it?
I'd say, yeah. There's no more storage, right?
No. I mean, you just have your little... These look weird, actually. Let me show you these. The back pockets of the car, they really, like, mesh with the seat. It doesn't even look like it would actually open, but these do open. I don't really know what you would put back here. I've never really stored anything back here, but yeah, those open like that. But this is POV. You're in the back of Ezzy's car. This is what the back looks like. Although the windows are pretty tinted, you really can't tell too much from the inside. Still have a pretty clear view from the inside, so that's nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I feel like this video really doesn't have to go on forever. But so whenever we're actually in the car, I did want to kind of show you guys some of the features that it has. As far as, I don't know how many cameras this car has, but I'm pretty sure there's at least 5. So you're gonna have them on the side view mirrors, you have it on the back, you have it on the front, which is nice. So you'll never have to worry about, you know, parking over a curve or scraping that front bumper of your car ever again, which is such a lifesaver. And then somehow I think there's a camera that's on the top. I don't know how it works, but for example, if we're gonna reverse, I'm gonna reverse here, and as you can see on the screen, that is so pretty. The sky.
Take a picture of that.
Oh, and
It's
also,
like very clear.
yeah, I swear
crazy.
that camera is better than my eyesight. It's very clear. If you hit any type of curve,
What is that? Can you take off?
I don't know what that is. So 2 really cool things as far as whenever you're actually getting ready to leave. So as you can see here, the sensors of this car are sensing how close I am to this curb in front of me. So as you can see, the orange means I'm getting really close to it, and if I'm gonna get really close, it's gonna start beeping if I get too close. So, you know, there's no way that you're gonna hit that, at least I would hope not. So as you can see, this is the front view of my car. So whenever I'm moving forward, it's gonna show me what's in front of me. And then as I'm reversing, it's gonna switch to the back camera, and that's when, you know, it's gonna show me what's behind me. So whenever it's, you know, blue, that means you're all in the clear. So then you can reverse, and then you can go back to drive like so, and it'll show what's in front of me for at least, you know, a couple seconds. So a couple things I love about this car. First of all, it's just a smooth ride. This car feels like you're driving on a cloud. I know even whenever I test drove it, because the first time I ever test drove this car, I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I could still just tell it was such a smooth ride. But even whenever you're driving, it's always an even better experience. This car has, I mean, for example, if I want to pop a U-turn or like make a circle, it's so, like, it just makes a perfect circle. But there's like one person, and I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. But yeah, very smooth ride. I promise you guys, whenever I first saw this car, whenever it was first time for me to pick it up, I did not even feel like I should be sitting in it. So it's crazy that I've even gotten adjusted to driving such a car. But another thing that I like about this car is that it's not too close to the ground. So for example, certain like dips in the road that I would normally drive over and it would scrape the fuck out of the bottom of my car, this car, it sits a little higher up, so you're not really gonna have that issue, which is really nice and something I definitely don't miss. Is he like, should I like roll down my window, or
Is he coming over here? No, don't.
no?
Girl, you don't.
Looking like he wants to kill me.
Because he does.
You good, bro? Like, you can't just not think that shit don't look fucking terrifying. I will run you over.
I'm so scared.
He really looked like he had intent to come over here, right? Like,
Yeah,
I thought
he
Vince
did.
was about to say something. Another thing that I like about this car, another thing that I like about this car is that it has amazing safety features. So for example, I don't know why it's still showing what's in front of me, but for example, if I were to get too close to something, it will show me the front view so I can see, you know, what I'm potentially about to hit. If there was somebody that ran in front of the car or behind the car, it's going to automatically stop for me. For example, I was driving not too long ago, and I had, I guess, gotten a little too close to a car for its liking. So the car completely broke for me, and it also tightened my seatbelt at the same time. So those are just things that obviously could save a life if push came to shove. And then also, I don't know if you notice whenever you put on your seatbelt, but whenever I put on the seatbelt, like you take it off, but whenever you put it on, you're gonna put the seatbelt on and like in a second, it'll kind of adjust for you. So it adjusts to your body so it can, you know, be best for you. It'll adjust depending on your height or, you know, depending on who's sitting in the car. So it'll do that for the front and the passenger side. There is also a way to like, you can preset the seat settings, so whenever you get in the car it'll kind of, you know, adjust for you. I don't know how to do that. This car also apparently has parking assist and it's able to park on its own, and I don't know how to do it. So we still have some learning to do. But yeah, for the most part, that's the car. I feel like throughout this video I definitely got more comfortable speaking about it and kind of remembered things that I wanted to touch on. I feel like that's about as in-depth as I'm gonna go. This car also has not gear shifters, paddle shifters. Come on now. Yeah, I have my lights on just automatic all the time, so whenever it gets dark, you know, they'll brighten to how they need to be brightened for the nighttime. But this car also does have LED headlights, which is nice, so they're very bright, and they're gonna give you that they're LED lights. Oh, another thing, let me show them from this view. So I don't know if you guys can see on my windshield, but when you zoom in, you can see the speed limit on the windshield. Like, it's right there, and it just looks like it's floating in the air, but it's on the windshield. I think it's through here, but this is basically called a heads-up display, and this comes with the pinnacle trim of the car. So as you can see, as I'm going faster, I'm able to see my speed limit, and if I had directions, they would also show up here on the windshield. And then, for example, if I am too close, the sky is gorgeous. If I'm too close to a curb, it's also going to show me on the windshield that, girl, you are too damn close. So let's see, as you can see, can you see it from there?
Not only in the camera, not in the
Oh, okay, that's weird, right? Yeah, so you can see it's yellow, so you can see I'm getting a little too close. And then same thing as in the middle console. Like, it looks like it's literally, from my perspective, it looks like it's on that wall, which is just crazy. But now I think that's about it. I think we're good. I think you guys get the gist. All right, guys, so as you can see, the sun is starting to set. We decided to film this video kind of right before the sun started to go down, just so it wasn't too hot and so you guys could really get a good glimpse of the car without it being like the glare just being crazy or it just being boiling outside, even though the weather's been fucking gorgeous. There's definitely gonna be some things that I completely dismissed about the car that I'm just not gonna remember until I'm editing, and I'm like, oh shit, I definitely wanted to mention that. But yeah, I mean, this car is insane, and I definitely do not want to end this video without saying thank you, honestly, because this would not have been able to be possible if it wasn't for your guys' support. Truly, like, you guys are the reason. I mean, yeah, if it wasn't for you guys, I would not be driving this car right now, and I am very much aware of that, and I'm very appreciative for that. So thank you to you guys. This is our car. I mean, you guys know all the videos will take place in this vehicle from here on out. It's really nice to just have the one car that I can call my baby now. Car doesn't have a name or a gender. I'm thinking a girl, which makes sense. But if you guys have any name ideas, let me know, because Slime had a name. The Honda didn't, but you know, maybe. But with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope it answered any questions that you guys have. If you have any other ones, feel free to leave them below. I may not be able to answer them because I may just not know the answer yet, but yeah, feel free to let me know what you thought about the video and all of that. Thank you guys so much for your consistent support. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.